Hello, everyone. Good to see you in such a number. My name is Selena. I'm from Serbia. Currently, I'm a professional bridge player. Before that, I was a trader. I'm sorry if my voice is breaking a bit. I'm a bit sick. Regarding the boards, I hope you like them. I prepared a couple of boards which I liked as topics, and then a couple more which were about the topics that I wish someone told me earlier on in my bridge career. So basically, the first board is board number 3. The normal contract in the board, well, the contract you would like to be in is 4 spades. I chose this table because Emily declared it quite well. So basically, the bidding started here by pass by south. I would have opened 1 diamond, but I'm completely fine with pass as well. So here, West opened a club. North overcalled 1 spade. Double by East. Pass. 2 hearts. 2 spades. 3 hearts. 3 spades supporting the partner. And after that, North bid 4 spades. Which West doubled. So basically, East is in a lead with a very normal lead of Queen of Hearts from the sequence. And now Emily ducked it, which was a very good decision. Basically, I have to say that this board was played in Strasbourg last year, and many experts actually didn't see that they should have ducked the first trick. Later being embarrassed about themselves, but if you're not thinking and if you're not being careful, it can happen very easily that you don't duck the first trick. So what's the problem actually there? Problem is that once West gets in the hand with the ace of spades, she will switch to a diamond, her stiff. Afterwards, when she gets in with the king of spades, she will basically give her partner, play a heart for her partner and get diamond ruff. So something like this would happen. So Queen of Hearts leads, and let's say Emily took the first trick. And now she plays a spade, trying to draw the trumps. Small, jack, ace. Now West knows that she needs to get a ruff in order for her to beat the contract. And she plays a diamond. Ace, small, spade, pitching whatever, a club, spade, king. And now because North didn't duck the first trick, West can play a heart for her partner, and now successfully getting a diamond ruff. Which defeats the contract. So basically, this is a very good example of how, firstly, you have to be very careful in trick 1, but also secondly, when you have a decision between ducking the trick or taking it, to take that decision carefully. This happens a lot in the middle of the game as well. Sometimes you just want to cut the communication between opponents, and it's very good to think about ducking the trick before starting your actual plan or making the actual plan. This will prevent certain drafts between the opponents, prevent also or enable possible elimination and similar. So basically, regarding the auction, what I would have done here is I believe that South should open 1 diamond, and now West has a normal double. And I personally, I'm really against redoubling with a shady hand. So I would suggest to everyone to play 1 spade as a forcing here and to beat 1 spade for multiple reasons. But one of the reasons being given that you have 4 diamonds, it's very unlikely that your partner can double for penalty both hearts and clubs. So here, looking to double them is very, very unlikely. And it's more likely that they will get high and you will miss to find your perfect contract. So basically, East has a normal 2 hearts bid here. South cannot support double partner. So North showed 4 plus spades normally, and South has no 3 spades, so she's gonna pass. West is probably gonna bid 3 hearts, raising her partner on a 4-card suit. And now North has a decision on what she can do. So a couple of options are possible, but for me, the best option is to double, showing a hand that can possibly play a couple of contracts. So double is not penalty here. It's more like, I don't know, I'm not sure what I want to play. Can you tell me something more about your hand? And now South has a perfect bid, which is 3 spades. She's saying, hey, I have a spade doubleton. I couldn't support double, so I cannot have 3 spades. And my spade doubleton is actually quite decent. Like, I don't have too small as well. Maybe you would bid it on too small as well, but here you have a perfect hand. And now after a pass, North bids 4 spades. So yeah. But the nicest point about the board, and well done to Emily, is to duck the first heart and cut the communication, and therefore lose the option of getting rough between the opponents. Of course, they can always beat the contract by leading a diamond, but that's very double dummy, and nobody would expect anyone to lead a diamond on this auction, especially with Queen Jack 10 9 fourth of hearts, fifth. So yeah, that's regarding the first board. Okay, so this board I find relatively interesting in terms of bidding. There is not much in declare play. Basically, what I find very important for North-South is so North has a normal 1 heart opening, and I believe that East should bid 2 clubs and not double. I've seen a couple of you double, but most of you bid 2 clubs, which I think is a very good bid, even though your hand is very nice. And South now bids 2 spades. I think 2 spades is really a bid that you should make here instead of a double, even though you have 8 points, and technically 2 spades is 10 plus points and 5 plus spades. Your hand is very, you should be very, very scared to double here, having 6-5 with also doubleton in partner suit. Because if you start with a double, there is a big chance you're not going to be able to show your suits, and they might end up in 5 clubs or similar before you even know it, or before you even show any of the suits. So 2 spades is a good bid by Alex. Now 4 clubs is pretty preemptive, and I really like 4 clubs here. Pass by North. If West bid 3 clubs, I would think that North should be 3 diamonds here, but over 4 clubs, 4 diamonds is a bit too much, maybe. So I like the pass by North. And now East has a very, very nice hand, so she raises to 5 clubs. Now South is very happy that she started with 2 spades and not double, because if she started with double, she would have a very big problem of what to do. But over 5 clubs, she decided to trust the opponents and show her second suit, which is diamonds. And luckily, she finds her partner with a perfect hand. So there is not much declaring wise in this board. It's very simple declaring problem, but it's very important to not look and count the points in your hand, but also evaluate your hand and think about possible difficulties later in the bidding. And basically, that's why I think it's very important to start with 2 spades and not a double here. Just a second, I'm trying to find one of the... I've seen a good declaring, but but now I'm struggling to find. Oh, here it is. Yeah, okay, I can. So 5 diamonds, I can go back to. I'll go back to it. 6 clubs, yes, that's very, very difficult to beat 6 clubs. I wouldn't blame any of the opponents for, like, 6 clubs is making on the board. As you could see, I'm gonna go back to the hand so that everyone can see it. Yeah, so 6 clubs is making on this hand, but it's very, very difficult to know that 5 diamonds, that 6 clubs is either a good sacrifice or in general that they are making 5 diamonds. I mean, high level decisions in bidding are very, very difficult always. Personally, as West, I can see myself bidding 6 clubs, but I can also see myself passing. And similarly, as East, I can see myself bidding 6 clubs, and I can also see myself as passing. Like, problem with West hand is that you're quite balanced. Problem with East hand is that you have quite a lot. So you can also think that, oh, 6 diamonds, 6 clubs might not be making, and 5 diamonds doesn't seem like making either. So yeah, I think it's very difficult. I like to believe that I would bid it. I was north-south in this board in real life, so this board is from Polish Premier League. But yeah, in this instance, East bid 6 clubs against me, and we didn't bid 6 diamonds, unfortunately. So 6 diamonds is a very good sacrifice, but also similarly, both North has ace king ace. So bidding 6 diamonds to sacrifice over 6 clubs is very difficult. And the South, you also cannot see that. So like, it's quite difficult to see who should bid 6 clubs. If you reached 5 clubs, that's already quite decent. If you prevented them from reaching 5 diamonds, that's also very nice. So if you decided to bid with West 3 clubs only, then they will very easily find 5 diamonds. And also, if South started with pass, it's also very simple. With a double, then it's also very simple. Regarding how you should make 5 diamonds, so basically you have a safety play in a way. So let's say I'm just gonna make it 5 diamonds by South. So let's say the lead was ace of clubs. You would rough that, and you would play a spade to the ace. And now the problem is you're afraid of 2 heart losers. But the nice thing about that is that basically, if you run queen of spades here and pitch a heart, then if you make a ruffing finesse of spades, if West has king of spades, you will not lose a spade trick, and then you will pitch everything on Jack 10, 8, 7 of spades. So you will pitch 4 hearts on that and give them 1 heart. If East has king of spades, which is the case now, then East cannot win 2 heart tricks for you. So basically, that's the way to, like, if you, I'm not gonna draw trumps just for clarity, but let's say you play queen of spades, pitching a heart. Now East wins the trick, but now if West was on the lead, East could get 2 hearts, but because East is technically end played with hearts, she can cash only 1 heart. So whatever she plays now, she's basically having a trouble. So let's say she plays king of clubs. Now, let's say you cash 1 trump. Well, you don't even have to cash the trump. You basically have Jack 10, 8, 7 of spades to pitch 4 hearts. Eventually. Okay, I'll go to board 5 now. Okay, so this board, I chose this table because I really like the bidding. It's very I think it's very important. I know you had couple of teachings and lessons on previous Mondays regarding evaluating your hand. I think it's very important as East to open a club. Well, to evaluate your hand as 18-20 balanced, 18-19 balanced, and not 15-17. So a lot of you open one no trump, which I understand, but looking at this hand, you have like prime 17 points, a 5-card suit, and also a nice 5-card suit. So ace, 10, fifth, and you have all your points in kings and aces. So this hand is definitely worth 18 points. And Joanna, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing the name. Joanna opened a club rightfully. And now South overcalled the diamond, which is very normal. A heart by West, pass, 2 no trump, which is natural, 18-19 balanced. Pass, 3 diamonds asking for third heart. Pass, I don't have 3 hearts. Pass, pass, pass. So it's very nice bidding because they exchanged all the information, and East and also West evaluated their hands properly. So now Queen of Diamonds was the lead, which Joanna took, which I agree with because you're also afraid of spade switch, so ducking doesn't make that much sense. But it's not the worst thing either. And now she counted her tricks. So in case South has King, Queen of clubs, this contract is almost impossible to make. So let's put South with at most one of the club owners. In that case, she's going to take 4 club tricks, 2 diamonds, 2 spades, and she's missing another trick. Well, she has King and 1 opposite Queen, 5th of hearts, but the problem is when she plays a heart, South is going to win the heart, play a diamond, and now when she loses a club trick, they're going to cash all the diamonds. So the problem here is how do you try to steal the trick? And she rightfully played a small heart. And now by playing a small heart, she puts South in a very, very difficult position. If she rises with the ace of hearts, then she knows she established the whole heart suit. So now they are not going to need clubs anymore. They're going to just take all their hearts and they're going to make the contract that way. And right now she has 3 hearts, so she knows that it's over, that she cannot do anything on the hand. But even if she has 4 hearts somehow or 2 hearts, she just doesn't have enough tricks. And maybe even if she has enough tricks, the problem is that they might not sometimes see it themselves. So it was a very, very good play to play small heart to the queen. And now after she played small heart to the queen, she just double finessed the clubs and made a contract, which was very well done by her. Any questions about this board? Okay, I'll move on to the next one. So next one is board number 1, which appeared to be very difficult for most, which is understandable, I have to say. And in real life, when the board happened, it was also very difficult. So North opens a heart, which is very normal. And now East has a decision to overcall 2 clubs or not. Personally, I like 2 clubs overcall. I am sure that there are also players that are better than me and players that are worse than me that wouldn't overcall. I think majority would, but that's just my personal feeling. It's not super, super clear. East passed here. 2 hearts was very normal by South, and now West has a clear 2 spades. North bid 4 hearts, which I like personally. Here it was a disaster, but I like it. Other options are 3 hearts or 3 diamonds, which are not really this hand. So I like 4 hearts. It's preemptive. It's putting them in the difficult spot sometimes. Sometimes they pass and you make it and similar. Or at least you found a good defense. And spades could have been 6-2 and you could have made the decision too difficult for them. Anyway, now East has a very easy decision to bid 4 spades. And South naturally doubled. I have to say, I am not sure if I agree with the double, but it's easier said than done. When this board happened in real life, almost everyone doubled. And when I asked the people around, almost everyone said that they would double. The problem with doubling is that you know that you're going to make the hand very easy for them. They're going to know that you have likely 5 trumps, usually at least 4 or 5 trumps, and it's going to be much easier to declare. So you should be aware that, okay, sometimes you will get 300 instead of 100 or 100 instead of 50. But the problem is that sometimes they will make it, and if you pass, they wouldn't make it because they wouldn't know how to declare. So North led King of Hearts, which West took, and now played a heart to rough. Now, before West starts doing anything, there is a problem of how many tricks you think you can take in this board. So, like, let's say you try to, after a double, it's very likely that spades are not breaking. But let's say you try to cash the trumps, and you try to take 3 diamonds, ace of hearts, that's 4, cash ace of spades, make a spade finesse. That's at most 4 spades, 3 diamonds, and a heart. If you rough a heart, that's another trick, but that's still not 10 tricks, and you need 10 tricks to make this contract. So the response to this is basically you can try to finesse Sybil spades in this auction by playing clubs. And that means basically trying to cross-rough this whole hand. If you know that South has 5 spades, then you know that you can cash ace of hearts, rough 3 hearts, so that's 4 tricks, rough 4 clubs, that's 7 tricks, cash king of spades, 8, and take a diamond. So basically you will make a heart, 8 spades, and a diamond in this board. So what happened here was Catherine tried to do exactly that. So she played a heart to rough. Now I think it would be better if she played a club here instead of a diamond and try to rough club immediately. It would make the whole situation easier. So I'm going to just do that, even though she made it on a reasonable line as well. So when she plays a club, rough, heart, she knows she can rough low, and another club. Now I would, as North, I think you should play ace of clubs here just to try to false card something on the board. You know it doesn't matter because partner has king here anyway. So it's, in general, it's nice to try to false card as much as possible and make their life difficult and put them more on guess. So now she can play a diamond, and here she should play a diamond before a heart, because if she plays a heart and roughs it, South might pitch a diamond. So we don't want that to happen. So she's playing a diamond to the ace and a club. So now she's in very, very good shape, right? She knows that she's going to rough a heart, rough a club with a jack, and cash ace of spades. So far she took 7 tricks, and she knows it's going to work to cross-trap the rest of them. Why does she know that? Well, because South doubled her, and she knows South has queen of spades. And even if it somehow doesn't work, she still has a chance to cash king of diamonds. So basically, the idea here is once you're doubled in a contract, and most of the people are going to double you here, once you know the layout, you can just try to plan the play and counter tricks without cashing ace king of diamonds. Because if you try to cash ace king of diamonds in this board, it's not going to really work. So if you cash king of diamonds, now if you try to cash another diamond, which might seem reasonable at first, South's going to ruff it and prevent you from cross-ruffing the whole hand by just playing a trump. Whatever you do, even if you guess to put the 9, it doesn't really matter. You just won't have a chance to make all of the tricks with trumps. Okay, I'll move to the board number 2. The auction was pass 3 diamonds, which is a very normal preempt. Very nice hand to beat 3 diamonds, even invulnerable against not second seat. Pass, and now East reopened. I held the East hand in real life, and I very much agree with doubling in pass out. 4 foreign majors, and you are a bit afraid that partner is going to pass, which happened at a lot of tables, but in general, your hand is just too good to pass 3 diamonds. Pass, and now West beat 4 spades. Now West has a decision. Both pass and 4 spades are very reasonable. I mean, if you're looking at defending 3 diamonds doubled, you probably have 3.5 tricks, which is quite easy. And you probably have ace king of hearts, ace of diamonds, and then either a spade or you get a promotion in diamonds. So it's quite okay to pass. And I have to say, I don't know if one or the other are more reasonable. I also asked people when my partner had this hand, and they were quite 50-50 between pass and 4 spades. Anyway, 4 spades, pass. Now the lead was very normal, queen of diamonds into partner suit. There was a ruff in dummy, and now the Claire tried to cash spades before playing clubs. But Fiona was very careful, and she realized that here she needs to prevent the Claire from drawing trumps and playing clubs. So basically, what she can see here is that if partner doesn't have ace of clubs, it's going to be very difficult to defeat the contract. She knows that the Claire has ace of diamonds. The Claire has either ace or king of hearts, because if partner had ace king, partner would probably lead ace or king. And now even if partner has a spades trick, that's still not enough. So we are going to get a heart trick, never two spade tricks, and not a diamond. So we definitely need a club trick in this board. So if we put partner to have ace of clubs already, that means that we can safely play, we can take ace of spades and try to get a club ruff, which is what Fiona did. So basically, she took the ace of spades, and played a club, which was very important in the board. And now her partner gave her a ruff, which was very nicely done by 2 of them. And you definitely cannot allow yourself to sleep while you're south here, but we all had that situation many times where you're just slowly following them, hoping partner has queen on 1 and they're going to misguess the spades and similar situations. So basically, you need to be awake, think quickly, because if you also stop and then duck the spade, it doesn't really work. We all know that. So basically, taking the ace of spades was very right here. And if you start thinking a bit more, you can figure it out that you're never going to beat the contract without partner having ace of clubs in the board. Now, if the auction went differently, let's say you decided to pass 3 diamonds. Now there is a problem. So ace of hearts is a very normal lead. Let's say you play upside down and then you decide to encourage this. It's going to be ace of hearts, small, following the suit. And now you have a decision to make. One option is definitely cashing king of hearts and playing a heart or similar, because partner has queen of hearts. Another option is playing a spade, because partner might have ace of spades. But if you start thinking about it, if partner has ace of spades, then this contract is very likely going down anyway. Why? Well, the Claire is going to take 6 diamonds and no hearts, no spades, And even if the player somehow has king, queen of clubs, you're going to prevent them from taking ace of clubs because you're going to ruff that because you also have two clubs. So by thinking about it, you can figure it out that there is enough time to play the spade later on. You definitely have the entries. If you didn't have entries, that would be a different problem because then it's now or never to play a spade. But because you have entries, you are not afraid to play a spade later. However, it might really be a now or never for playing a club. Why? Well, the problem is, let's say partner doesn't have ace of spades. That's our biggest problem because we already concluded that if partner has ace of spades, they're never going to make this. If partner doesn't have ace of spades, then the player has ace king of spades, 6 diamonds, so that's 8, and ace of clubs, which is 9 tricks. So that's really a bad situation. And partner probably has like 50-50 chance of having ace of spades. So now we need to find a way to defeat the contract without partner having ace of spades. And the only way that we can see here is to get a promotion. We have ace, 9, 8 of clubs. And we hope to get promotion in clubs first. Why? Well, because we have a doubleton. So in theory, if we can put partner on lead, play a club, put partner on lead, partner plays a club back, then we know partner has queen of hearts and we're going to try to get partner in to play another club and promote our 9 of diamonds. So we are trying to play 10 of clubs here. They win with the ace. Let's say partner plays king to show that he has queen jack. And now the player starts drawing trumps. Why? Well, we want to draw trumps here as quickly as possible because we can see our 9 tricks. We see 6 diamonds, 2 spades, ace of clubs. We also know that our only problem is them having a promotion. So we start with queen of diamonds. Partner is pitching, let's say, 8 of spades to show us, hey, I don't have anything in spades if you play upside down. We duck that because why would we take it? And now another diamond. And now partner decides to pitch, let's say, 7 of clubs, king, and we win it with the ace. Now, we are not sure whether partner's entry is in clubs or in hearts, but there is also a safe solution to that. We know another heart's going to go through, so we can safely cash king of hearts, which is working here. And now partner played a 9. So you should all try to have the agreement on whether you play standard present count or standard upside down count or current upside down count or similar. So the way I play it is that I play the lowest from the 3 cards if I have 3 cards remaining and the highest from the even number of cards if I have even number of cards remaining. So now West can actually figure it out. She knows that the player had 3 hearts from the beginning, and that means that basically partner has 4 hearts with a queen. So now if she plays a heart back, winning with a queen, her partner can actually give her promotion with the last heart. So playing jack of hearts, and now either you ruff high with the jack of diamonds, but then my 9, 8 of diamonds is good, or you ruff low and then I over ruff. So this is quite a difficult board, and it's quite difficult to figure it out all. It actually, like, you need to be careful in many, many, many ways in this board. Well, leading ace of hearts is easy, but now you have to think about, well, figure out first that spades you can play at any point, then figure out that you need a promotion, and then figure out whether you play standard present count and that you can look for a heart promotion, not club promotion. So it's quite difficult, but also it's not impossible. It's one of these boards where you're never going to figure it out in 2 milliseconds. This is one of the boards where you're going to spend like 5 to 10 minutes. And after 5 to 10 minutes, you're going to figure it out, hopefully. And if you don't, that's completely fine as well. But yeah, this is one of the boards where you definitely need to think for a while, and even probably the best players in the world need to think for a while on this board. Any questions regarding this board? Yes, you should definitely play hearts as declarer, but after you pitch, if after you play a club, there is no way that you can pitch all of your hearts. So basically, let's say it goes ace of hearts, small, 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 and now you play 10 of clubs. Now, even if you play hearts, which is a good idea because you again want to cut the communication between them. Now they're gonna win the king of hearts and they're gonna be able to play a club here. Now the problem with this is basically they're still left with the jack of hearts. So even if you try to play another heart now, if they figured out that you are, if they figured out that you were having 3 hearts, which they can figure out because of the count, then they can just play a club here, giving promotion in clubs. So basically, initial idea is that you're trying to get a promotion in clubs and not in hearts, because you're hoping that, you're hoping the partner is having a king of clubs and that declarer is having 2 clubs. But when you figure out that that's not the case, then your last hope is promotion in hearts. But yes, that's what happens if you cash ace king of hearts. That's basically what happens, and that's what you said. So if you cash ace of hearts and king of hearts, now you cannot make it in time, and this heart is going to be pitched either on a spade or you're just going to play it and there is not going to be time for promotion. So you're completely right about that. I'll go to board 6. Okay, so this is an interesting board. East in this board open 3 spades, which I agree with, and South with 4 no trump, which this is actually a board from last week in Iceland Bridge Festival. South with 4 no trump, which is showing minors. Double is also an option and a quite fine option, but 4 no trump is showing 5-5 in minors is definitely a good option as well. Pass, and now 5 diamonds by North. Some people open 4 spades, which is quite okay, and definitely the right bid in all the other vulnerabilities. And then a lot of West hands doubled. This also happened in the real life on the tournament, where East opened 4 spades and West doubled. I believe the vulnerability was different, which again made it easier to declare. So a lot of times when you double, declaring is much easier. So here what happened is lead was ace of spades, which was draft, and now South played a diamond and saw the bad news of trumps not breaking. Well, trumps being 5-0. Now it's very important not to cash trumps, because cashing trumps is not going to lead anywhere, because West is always going to have, in the end, a trump more than us. So now we revert to hearts, because we need to, even like if we cash 5 clubs and 5 diamonds, we are still 1 trick short. The question is it not forbidden to open 3 spades when you have 4 hearts? So basically that's, if you speak to older people and older experts and top players, and a lot of Polish, I think, as well, a lot of them don't like opening 3 of one major having the other major, or 2 of one major having the other major. But the modern style is more like if you have a very good suit and 4 small hearts, like here, then you just ignore the hearts. Basically, your spades are so good, ace, queen, jack, 10, 9, 7, that like your 4 small hearts should never be trumps. If you have a different situation like ace 7th and then king 4th, then I'm completely for not opening 3 spades. But here, because your spades are so good, And there was a board later where you have a lot of good hearts and fit in spades, which is also showcasing this. Yeah, like this hand is having no entries on the side. So even if partner is like void or stiff in spades, you're still gonna have problems to enter that hand and take all of these good spade tricks. So yeah, even if partner sometimes has four hearts, it's very questionable whether four hearts is going to be better contract than four spades. So I'm all for opening three spades in this full or four spades in some different vulnerability. So here, ace of spades lead, and if we count our tricks, five diamonds, five clubs is not going to be enough to make the contract. So we need to get a hard trick and then revert back to cross ruff. So tried a diamond, didn't work, and now a heart. Now West took ace of hearts, realized what's going on, and switched to a diamond. But that's still not going to help in this instance. Why? Well, because after cashing king of hearts, Maria realized that she can now, once the 10 of hearts is out, she can now switch back to clubs. And now she's going to make the contract. So basically, she took the king of hearts as a trick. She took a diamond and she's going to cross ruff everything else. And also she knows that she can safely play clubs because East has no trumps to ruff. So once clubs are 4-2 or 3-3, she can just try cashing clubs for as long as she wants, which is basically what she did. Now, on the last club, there is a decision to be made by West, whether to ruff it or to pitch a spade. But it doesn't really matter, because if we make this club trick, then we are just left with two high trumps, and those two are our tricks. And if she ruffs it, and then we have the same situation, basically. So she ruffed it. If she plays a diamond, then heart is good. If she plays a spade, we have the same situation. In real life, it's actually a question of whether you would want to go for over trick if West doubles you, but yeah, that's a different issue. I'll go to board number 8. So this is quite a nice board. This one I chose because of bidding, because I really like the bidding. So West opened one club, Corinne overcalled one diamond, and now East bid one spade. South has a decision to bid two diamonds or to double. And doubling here implies some hearts. And she is rightfully trying to find the hearts fit, because that's a major. So she doubled, redoubled by Corina, showing three spades. Pass, pass, and now two diamonds showing, hey, I have hearts, but I also have three diamonds. Maybe two, but likely three here. Pass, pass, and now Monica found a very nice bid of three diamonds. So even though she knows about the spades fit, she definitely doesn't like the situation where she has king third of hearts, but South is having those hearts. So she knows that hearts are not going to be her tricks. She also knows North doesn't have support for hearts. So that's not going to make it nice, where North has short hearts, South has long hearts. Partner has maybe some diamonds. Like playing four spades in this board is not going to be nice. So she bid three diamonds, asking for a stopper, which is a super nice bid. And now West bid three no trump, which was passed out. Now declaring is quite interesting. There was a diamond lead, 9, jack, taken with a king, and now jack of clubs. Now the thing is, like, if you should never take ace of clubs here. If you take that ace of clubs, that makes it very easy for declare. Declare is going to take two clubs, five spades, and now you're going to play a diamond well, later the player can also herself play a diamond, so she's going to take 2 diamond tricks as well. So ducking is definitely the right play. And now it's good, because the problem with playing another club here is that if you play a club, North can take it and play another club. So let's say you play a club, and now, so a club, ace, small, small. Now North can play another club to develop a club trick. Why? Well, because giving 2 diamond tricks is not gonna help much here. So if you play a club, now North is sitting there with ace of diamonds, 5 of clubs. She's definitely gonna pitch on spades. She's definitely gonna pitch all of her diamonds and keep the 5 of clubs, because that's a trick. And then she's gonna hope partner has ace, queen of hearts. If the player has the queen of hearts, that's not gonna work, but she can hope the partner has ace and queen of hearts. So basically, that's why we don't want to play another club yet. So now we should revert to spades, which are our suit. So king of spades, queen of spades, and a spade. Sau's going to pitch a heart, because we don't need to keep them, not all of them at least. Jack of spades. Now let's say we pitch another heart. And North has a decision to make. We don't want to pitch a heart, because that's entry to partner's hand. We don't want to pitch a club, because then the player is going to safely play a club. So let's say we pitch a diamond. Now another spade, which is definitely going to make problems for us. So let's say we pitch a diamond here. Heart. And now we have the same situation. If we pitch a club, the player is going to play a club. If we pitch a diamond, the player is going to play a diamond. Heart, again, is a problem, because then we are never going to get heart tricks with a partner. So basically, we are squeezed here in all of the instances. So to show that, let's say we pitch a club. Now the player plays king of clubs. We win with the ace. We play a diamond, but it's too late. Even if you cash ace of diamonds, it's still too late. So yeah, basically, we can squeeze North, which is also kind of a squeeze which you don't have to think much about. It's going to happen naturally once you start cashing the spades. North is going to have issue, and then you will figure it out. So it's a lot of squeezes are actually not that fancy, and I'm not super impressed with squeezes. It's more most of them happen quite naturally, and most of them you don't need to think much about. You just need to watch the discards and figure them out. But yeah, this board is quite interesting, because you, as North, should try to give defenders a problem, and a lot of good players didn't figure out this board. So what Corinne did well here is that she ducked the first club, and that's really important in this board. Okay, I'll move to the next board if nobody has a question. I'm actually going to show another bidding from this board before I move on, because I think it's important to notice this. And this is actually how the bidding happened at our table in real life. This is board from year-end tournament in London. Why not play spades with such bad hearts? So you do play spades at some point. It's just that getting 5 spade tricks, 2 diamonds, and you mean why not play 4 spades in the board? So 4 spades is quite a bad contract here, if that's what you meant. Why? Well, because if you get a heart lead, you're losing queen of hearts, ace of hearts, heart ruff, and now 2 aces more. So you're at least down 2 in this board in a 4 spades contract. And basically, that's usually the case when you have a balance opposite a balance. Like if your hearts were worse, maybe that would make sense. But now you have 7 hearts on the line, so that's not really not your suit. And it's not like you don't have a stopper. It's the bigger problem here is that if you play hearts yourself, you're gonna lose at least 2 tricks. Also, if they play hearts, you're gonna lose at least 2 tricks. So yeah, basically you are not wanting to be in 4 spades also because of those hearts. Because you're not, if you had a shortness in one of the hands, then 4 spades would make sense. But because you're not having a shortness, there is a very big chance of getting a ruff, especially on the previous bidding where South showed hearts and North showed zero support for those hearts. So in this board here, I have to say there was a nice bidding between East and West. So basically, West opened the club, a spade, one no trump. And now I don't know how many of you play two-way check back. I have to say I love the convention, so I'm full supporter of it. It's not a big improvement of, like, it's not big in terms of like you don't need to memorize a lot. So I would urge you all to have a look at it. Sorry. So basically, what happened here is with two-way check back, East forced West to bid 2 diamonds. So 2 clubs is forcing to 2 diamonds. And now they bid 3 no trump, which showed, hey, partner, I have 5 spades and a balanced hand. So please choose between 4 spades and 3 no trump. And now West looked at her hand and she couldn't be happier. She was looking at aceless hand, 4 3 3, and she knew that 3 no trump is definitely the better option here. So she passed. So this is basically how the auction went at my table when I played the board. And yeah, I think it's a very good convention and very good decision between two of them to reach 3 no trump. So very well bid on both tables, this board. So good job. I'll move to the board number 9. Okay, so this board is, in theory, when you look at it, it doesn't look that interesting, but it still incorporates a lot of agreements. So North opened 4 hearts on this board, which I completely agree with, because she has very good heart suit, 7-4. Sure, sometimes you might miss a slam, but it's going to make their life much, much more difficult. So she opened 4 hearts, pass, which was normal, and double by West. I saw that a lot of you didn't, like, a lot of you passed, which I disagree with. The problem is you have 4 spades and your hand is quite good. You don't want to bid 5 clubs because of 4 spades, but you also don't want to pass because you might very easily have a game. Whether sometimes that game is going to be 5 clubs and you're not going to find it, that's very possible, but your hand is also quite strong to pass. So after a double pass, East doesn't have much of a decision. It's a very balanced hand, so she passed and went all pass. Now, very normally it is ace of diamonds, and here I believe they probably play upside down. So over ace, like on ace of diamonds, she played the small one, and then over king of diamonds, she followed and gave partner a ruff. Now it's very important to know and agree with your partner. Like, not all of the players have the same agreements here, whether on ace of diamonds you show count or you show your suit preference or what's actually the signal that you're going to show. So it's super important. Like, this is one of the boards where you need to know whether partner is actually showing count. And when partner actually shows 2 diamonds, you need to believe that, hey, even though my partner doubled, I believe that my partner has only 2 diamonds and this is the only way to beat the contract. So, like, this is a lot about trust and a lot about having agreement on what do you see. Like, I know people that signal suit preference here, so they couldn't be able to play the same the count, and they wouldn't be able to know whether there's a possibility of a ruff. So yeah, I'm not too interesting board apart from that. So I'm going to move to board number 10. This is one of the boards that I mentioned in the beginning. I wish someone told me this earlier on when I started playing bridge. So very, very important thing is, first bidding. East, most of you opened 2 hearts, which is super normal. Super nice suit, so yeah. And now South has a decision to make. A very, very strong hand. And personally, I would just bid 3 no trump. Because once you double and bid 3 no trump, which happened at this table, you give partner optionality to correct to 4 spades. Which is, okay, sometimes it's the right contract, but you also have queen, jack of hearts behind the opener. So you really think, okay, likely I'm going to get a heart lead in 3 no trump, and then that's going to establish at least 1, but maybe even 2 of my heart tricks. If partner doesn't have entry, that's not going to be good. But probably 4 spades is not going to be much better in that case. But South here decided to double, which I'm sure she wouldn't be alone in this decision. And when it happened, like this board is from Strasbourg, a lot of people doubled as well. And North bid normal 2 spades. Pass, 3 no trump, and now North corrected to 4 spades. All pass. So now East has a normal lead of ace of hearts, and North has, believe it or not, even already now a very important decision. Well, it's not a decision. She has a very important thing to do. Before she plays a card from dummy, I would say she really, really needs to ask opponents, what's your carding? And when she hears from opponents, let's say carding is standard, then she should basically try to false card opponents and not let them figure out the carding methods. And like whether West has a stiff or doubles. And so what happened here is ace of hearts, king of hearts, pitching a diamond, and a heart, which was now ruffed with the jack. Ace of clubs was cashed, and that was down 1. So this is basically one of the reasons that this happened is because we probably didn't make their life much difficult. So let's say they're playing standard carding. On ace of hearts lead, there was a 3, and then there was a 2 from the declarer. Now, only card that we are missing is 9. The problem with that is that we know declarer has the 9, because if partner had 9-3, partner would play the 9, right? So that means we can definitely safely cash king of hearts. Partner is going to give us a signal whether they want a club switch or not. And in this case, probably not. So they will definitely figure out that they can give a promotion to the jack of spades here. So the way to prevent this is basically, if they play standard carding, we from our hand play standard carding as well. And that means we play the 9. What does that mean? Well, now East has no clue who has 2 of hearts. It can easily be with the partner, because partner would play 3 with 3-2, but it can also be with the declarer, and declarer false carded us. So partner might have stiff, but partner might also have 3-2 doubleton. And that means king of hearts, if we play king of hearts, might easily get ruffed. And now we gave declarer a lot of hard tricks, and we got only 1. So that's a big problem. And 4 spades didn't go down at most of the tables when it actually happened. So most of the people false carded as North, and now king of hearts wasn't played. And that actually always works. Let's say they play upside down carding. Now we want to play upside down carding as well. So ace of hearts lead 3, and now we are playing upside down from our hand as declarer. So from 9-2, we are going to play the 2. So now it's the same situation. Basically, West can have 3 9 of hearts or 3 singleton of hearts. And we have no way to figure out which one of the two partner has. So that's definitely one of the tricks that I didn't know in the first 2 3 years of playing bridge, and I just follow the suit, sometimes with a higher card, sometimes with a lower card. But it's really, really important to make their life difficult, because we can see that here, if we don't make their life difficult, they're always going to beat the contract. So they're always going to cash ace, king of hearts, and given the signal, play the third heart. And yeah, so basically, before I even do anything on any board, I just ask them, what's your carding method? They say standard, and I always just automatically play standard from my hand. Like, whichever, if I have 3 hearts, I play the lowest one always. If I have 2, I play the highest one always. So, like, in every single suit, I just try to, like, false card them. Well, technically, it's not really false carding, but it's trying to prevent them to figure out the shape of their partner. And for you, it's zero effort. You just follow the carding as a declare from your hand that nobody can see. But for them, it's much, much more difficult to figure out the board. So yeah, my big advice would be to, for attitude, it's a bit different. So there you need to think a bit more, but it's a similar situation. So you're basically figuring out what they are doing on the lead, and trying to do the same thing, well, to hide the cards. Because it really makes their life much more difficult. Okay, the 3-no trump is not very interesting board. Like, if you bid on 2 hearts 3-no trump, then yeah, you just cash 5 spades, 3 diamonds, 1 or 2 hearts, 2 or 3 clubs, and similar. So I'm not gonna talk about that. I'm gonna talk about board 11. So this board is quite interesting, I have to say. It's, you again have the decision whether to open or not, and similar. Oh, this is the wrong contract. Okay, I'm gonna. So let's say the bidding goes as south. You decide to open 1 diamond, and it goes pass, a spade, pass, 1-no trump, pass. Let's say you play a new minor forcing, 2 clubs, pass, 2 hearts, pass, 2 spades, pass, 4 spades, for example. So here you have a very easy decision. I'm sorry. On a lead, you lead ace of hearts. And now you're not really happy that you chose that, but such is life. Because that means queen jack 10 for it. Now here, most of you play probably attitude or count. Let's say you play standard attitude, you just discourage this because you don't want partner to continue hearts. And it's in the same thing, you're just gonna look at the dummy as east and be quite afraid of hearts in this board. So the problem with hearts is that the clearer might be able to pitch their his losers. And the most likely loser is a diamond. So if partner has king of diamonds and the clearer has a doubleton, it's urgent to return a diamond now. So we're going to play a diamond here. The clearer has a stakes of ace, and partner is going to, let's say, encourage with the standard carding. Oops. Diamond, ace. And now the clearer has a decision to make, which is definitely not easy. There are 2 heart losers, at least 1 club loser, and possibly a spade loser. If there is a spade loser, we are not going to make this hand. So we definitely need king of spades to be on side. So there is a reason to, like, this board, I'm sure a lot of people, most of the people, would not make 4 spades, and that's completely fine. It's more actually about opponents not making their life easier. So 4 spades is always making, but there are so many lines that it's just not that easy. So let's say we play a spade to the jack. And now we play. Now, like, in order to make this contract, you would need to play a heart, ace of clubs or ace of spades. But ace of spades is quite double dummy, so heart is quite possible. But let's say you try with a club. So let's say a club, small. You can duck or play the jack. Let's say you play the jack, and now it goes the queen. So now West knows that this contract is gonna be in danger if the clear ever reaches dummy. Why? Well, because the clear is then gonna definitely make a spade finesse, and that's gonna be the end of us. This way, we are trying to figure out whether we can actually get over off of with a club. So basically, it's similar in case, like here we can play a club or a heart. In both instances, partner is gonna try not to give the entry to the dummy. But even if the board went differently, so let's say you didn't decide to, let's say you led ace of hearts. Oops. Pass. Let's say you led ace of hearts and play the diamond, which is super important because you need to defend possible king of diamonds with a partner and double turning dummy. So let's say now the player tried jack of diamonds, king and draft, which is what happened at my table when I played the board. So now in this instance, the player is going to have to try a club in order to try to make the contract on clubs being 3-3. Jack, queen, and now we can play a heart or a club. Let's say for some reason we play a club. Sorry, a heart, because we know partner has the ace. Now, what happens in this instance is that East has a difficult situation. She knows that the player has 0 hearts left because partner played the smallest heart. So playing a heart would give A, entry to the dummy, and then B would give pitches for their clubs. East also knows that there is a 10 of diamonds in dummy, which is a good trick. And playing a diamond is also going to be a problem. If you play a spade, now we are giving a finesse position for the declarer. So basically, by playing a spade, we are giving an entry to the dummy, which the declarer doesn't have otherwise. So what we need to do here is play a club, which maybe doesn't seem that obvious, but by playing a club, we are preventing the declarer from entering the dummy. So let's say we play a club, small, then now there is nothing the declarer can do. If the declarer tries to ruff a club, let's say even with the queen, it's just going to get over ruffed and it's going to be down 1. So this is one of the boards where you need to be careful about counting the tricks. But again, it's maybe less interesting than the other boards. So this board I'm just going to give as an example, which is similar what someone just asked about whether you should open 3 spades with 4 hearts on the side. So here, West opens 1 spade, and East has a decision. And this really depends on your agreements. And I understand that many of you don't have agreements, and with someone, even with your regular partner, sometimes you're not going to have agreements. If you play 3 hearts as invitational, that's definitely an option. If you play 4 hearts as to play, that's definitely an option. But let's say you're not sure, or 3 hearts is not invitational with hearts, and let's say 4 hearts is splinter, or you think there is a reasonable chance it's a splinter. In that case, as East, you might want to decide between 2 hearts or 1 no trump. None of these 2 are ideal. You don't want to do that. But you don't have other options. So let's say you decide on one of trump, pass, and now partner beats 2 spades, showing 6 spades. So now you know that you have a fit with partner. And partner might not have any hearts, or partner might have a stiff heart. But basically, your hand is worth only the hearts you're actually having. And East took a very good decision here and beat 4 hearts. She said, okay, I'm not even going to tell you I have a fit. I'm not going to think about it. My hand is worth only my heart, and I want to play 4 hearts. Like very good friend of mine and a very good bridge player likes to say, I'm not putting ace, king, jack, 10, 7th in dummy. Like, this is not a dummy. This is a hand that needs to declare, and this needs to be trump. So that's basically what happened here. If you play spades, it's very, very difficult to make a contract. Well, it's pretty much impossible. And you're also not going to, like, your hearts are worth almost nothing. You're not going to have enough time to pitch anything. And if you play 4 hearts, declaring is almost breeze in a park. Like, you don't have, you need to guess spade, but even with that, like, you have 7 hearts, you have a diamond trick, which is 8, a club, and after guessing a spade, you're home, as one would say. So yeah, this is more about reaching 4 hearts contract. And well done to Sarah for not even showing her partner that she has a fit. So basically here, I didn't open right board. 13. Yeah, so here, North is a dealer, and I would think it's quite a normal bid to open 4 hearts as a dealer. Why? Well, you have 8 hearts, and again, you might miss a slam, but 4 hearts is such a good preempt, and you make their life so much more difficult. If you open 1 heart, you give them a lot of space, they figure out what they should do or shouldn't do, and yeah. East has very normal pass, South as well, with a terrible hand. And now West has a decision. She has a lot of points, so she would like to make a bid. And I would definitely advise very much against 4 spades. Why? Well, spade suits is quite bad. You have ace empty fifth. And also, like, if partner, like, you want to play in spades, but if partner has 4 spades over a double, she will always bid 4 spades. And if she has 3 spades, maybe 4 spades sometimes is not going to even be the best contract. A lot of you bid 4 spades, and it ended up being a disaster. And yeah, I would definitely advise against that, and I would definitely double with this hand. If you double, it's going to go all pass. And I have to say, I'm very pleased that a lot of you let king of spades. I think it's a very, very good lead. You have a potential for a rough. Partner likely has entry, and everything else might be quite dangerous. So I have to say, king of spades is quite a good lead. I saw at least 5 to 10 tables leading king of spades. In this board, trick is never to play diamonds. So let's say you play king of spades, and let's say you play a club. Now, here, you know, you can safely cash ace of spades because the clear is never going to have entry. You can pretty much do everything, just not play a diamond. A lot of you play the diamond, but like, it's not easy. But also, it's very dangerous. Even though there are only like 4 small diamonds in dummy, you know that there is a big chance that the player has either ace queen, and then you're giving a finesse that they cannot make otherwise, or the player has something like this, ace jack 10 or similar. Even queen jack small of diamonds can be dangerous, because if the player plays queen jack small from her hand, she's never going to make a diamond trick, right? So let's say you cash ace of spades, and I have to say, this is not very interesting board. The reason I put this board is a bit different. When you think about this, you have no entry to dummy, and you have this heart holding. it's never, ever, ever good to play low heart from this holding. Why? Well, if you think about it a bit further, you will figure out that however hearts are, like if they're 3-2, they're always going to get two heart tricks, no matter who has ace or queen. If they're 5-0, same thing. Only difference that happens is when hearts are 4-1. And if they're 4-1, they can either be ace queen in one hand, and then again, it doesn't matter how we play the hearts, or it can be stiff ace, but then again, it doesn't matter because if we play low, ace is going to get a trick, and later, whatever we do, queen is also going to get a trick. But if it's stiff queen, that's the only difference that actually happens in any of the situations. So you might need to think about it, but I promise you that's the only situation that is actually different. And in that instance, you need to play king of hearts. This is one of those things that, like, if you read it, you're going to remember it probably. Maybe you're still going to instinctively play like a low heart or similar and make that decision. And I put this board here because it happened to me twice in my life. Like 7-8 years ago that I played low heart, and it actually made me super embarrassed and super sad, and I couldn't believe that I couldn't figure it out. But like, I promise you now that I made that mistake, I'm never going to make it again. So like some of these things that frustrate you a lot, once you do these kind of mistakes and you're embarrassed because you're like, oh my God, of course it's only queen singleton. Yeah, things just like this just happen. But yeah, if you think about it, you have to play king of hearts because that's the only one that makes a difference here. And yeah, mistakes are very normal, even stupid mistakes, and we all make stupid mistakes. So yeah, definitely don't worry about that too much. Yeah, and then until the end of the board, you just need to continue not playing a diamond for declare, and that's going to make down 2 on the board. Gonna go to board 14. Yeah, so this is interesting lead problem, and I have to say leads are my favorite part of the bridge, so I had to put at least one lead board on the table. I'm actually gonna find one successful instance of a board at this tournament. Let's see. Yeah, so this is the one. Thank you very much. It means a lot. Yeah, so basically, this is a nice example. So East open 1 diamond, which is very normal opening. West with 2 diamonds being inverted minors. Pass, and now 2 spades probably showing a stopper. A lot of us play that, and I myself play this as well. Now 3 clubs probably showing something in clubs. 3 diamonds saying, hey, I have nothing in hearts. 3 spades, hey, I have something in spades. Pass 4 spades, let's try to play 4 spades because we cannot play 3-no trump because we don't have a heart stopper. Pass 5 diamonds, I have only 2 spades. So this is a very nice way to bid something. Like, sure, they could have stopped lower maybe when they figured out, but they also cannot figure out how many hearts each of them has. Like, you would need much more complicated and sophisticated systems to like stay in 3 diamonds or 4 diamonds here. And maybe 2 diamonds was already game forcing. I don't know their system. So yeah, it's not easy to stay lower. But they basically told us whole story with the bidding. They said they figured out they don't have heart stoppers, so they cannot play 3-no trump. They tried to play 4 spades because maybe they have 4-3 fit, so they can play in 4-3 fit. And then they figured out they have only 6 spades between them, and they stopped in 5 diamonds. Now Mary here, she also listened to their bidding, and it's really, really important to like not just automatically lead jack of clubs here. Be like, oh, I have a sequence, jack 10 9 8, it's definitely not going to give them a trick, right? Like, it's not going to happen that partner has king and now I gave a trick or something. It's always going to work. But the problem is that it's not going to work if they pitch their hearts. And Mary figured out that they don't have a hearts stopper. So ace of hearts is very safe lead. So she led ace of hearts, partner encouraged her. She played queen of hearts, partner just in case overtook, which is quite good. To play jack of hearts. And now it was down 2. So if you don't lead ace of hearts, what's going to happen is they're just going to go away on clubs. So jack of clubs, and now spade to the ace before even drawing trumps. And ace of clubs, pitching a heart, king of clubs, pitching another heart. And now basically they're just going to lose ace of diamonds and a heart. So this is a very, very good example of how you should really listen to their bidding and ask about what every bid means. Try to figure out why they're not playing Trina Trump, why are they not playing this or that. So that's basically the main idea behind this board. Yes, diamond lead, you can get a contract down, but I have to say it's quite lucky that partner had ace of diamonds. Like in similar situation, let's say ace of diamonds was in dummy, it would not go down with a diamond lead, but you would have to lead a heart. If you play diamond, I can be an unbalanced hand if it's easier to stay in 3 diamonds. Yeah, if you play that 1 diamond is unbalanced, or if you can show a club shortness or similar, that's definitely an option. And I mean, I definitely, like, there are people that also can figure out that they have like 3-3 hearts and nobody overcalled a heart, so they're going to be in 3-0 without a stopper. That's also an option. But like very, very few people can figure out to play 3-0 without a heart stopper. And I'm sure a lot of people are just going to be too high on this board. Like, staying in 3 diamonds is very difficult when you have opening opposite and opening. Even if you're like reaching 4 diamonds instead of 5 diamonds is already quite good. But like here, I have full sympathy for East West for trying 4 spades. And yeah, I have to say, I myself, I think without system, if I sat down with any of you, I would try to bid like East West here. But yeah, and well done to Mary for leading ace of hearts. Okay, last board of today. So basically in this board, ideally I've seen 3 or 4 pairs reaching 6 clubs, which is quite amazing. And if you reach 5 clubs, that's already very, very good. I have to say, my partner, better player than myself and me, we didn't manage to. I don't think it's easy. We asked people around. It's not easy to reach 5 clubs. So everyone that reached 5 clubs instead of Trina Trump, well done. The way you can reach it, for example, is you open a spade. I saw a couple of people reaching it this way. Pass, 1 on Trump, pass. If you play Gazilli or similar, you can decide to bid between 2 clubs or 3 clubs. My partner bid 2 clubs because he doesn't think this is really game forcing on a 15 count. And we didn't play Gazilli in this instance. Pass, and now this hand has 3 clubs bid, which is like I have something in clubs. I have the support and some decent points on side. And now a lot of you bid 5 clubs, which is not bad bid at all. The way he started is bidding 3 diamonds, which is I have a diamond stopper. And I quickly jumped to 3-0 Trump with my hand because I thought, I have good hearts here. So it's not unreasonable. You can also try bidding 4 hearts, which is a splinter. You can also start just bid 5 clubs, and a lot of you did that. And I am completely fine with that bid, and I think it's quite an okay bid. However, you can also quite easily end up in 3-0, even on this kind of bidding. So now a normal lead by East is a heart, putting a queen. So I was declaring this 3-0, and I think it's quite interesting of how you should play this. So you probably have 5 club tricks, because if clubs are 4-0, it's not going to be nice. So let's say you have 5 club tricks, you have ace of hearts, that's 6, and you have 2 diamonds, which is 8. If spade finesse is on side, you're making 9 tricks. But what if it's not, right? Then they might actually cash a lot of spades. But the bigger problem is you're just not going to make it, even if they are not cashing spades. So the other possible source of tricks is hearts, right? So some of you might think, okay, you can win ace of hearts and try to play a heart, or jack of hearts, or 9 of hearts, and trying to figure out if there is 10 doubleton or similar. So that's definitely one possible option, because spades you can also try later. If ace of spades is on side, you can definitely give them three hearts first beforehand, and you're never going to give them more than 3 hearts, right? Because they can get king, queen, and 10 at most, and then ace of spades, right? So here, if you want to get your extra chance of making a heart trick and not a spade trick in case of ace of spades not being on side, you can also think about ducking a heart, and that's what Kalani did here. Now, I did the same thing. I have to say I did it a bit differently. I decided to pitch my 8 of hearts, because I thought 8 of hearts is a bit big card here, and they might think their partner has better source of tricks in hearts. And also, if you lead 4th best, they might think partner has king, jack, 5th of hearts, right? Because they are not seeing the 2 of hearts. So let's say you play 8 of hearts. So heart lead, 6, queen, 8. So again, we are not giving up on spades finesse. We are just trying to get ourselves extra chance. So we know we're going to get 5 clubs, 2 diamonds, and ace of hearts. If ace of spades is on side, we are good. If it's not, our only source of tricks is hearts. So we are going to duck a heart, and if we duck with the 8, they might rightfully think, okay, let's play a heart back. That's our partner has good hearts. So they play 10 of hearts back. And now we play jack. Sorry. Now East wins with the king of hearts. Apologies. We pitch a spade. And now, even if they play a spade, we know we have 3 heart tricks. And even if they play queen of spades, king, ace, our 10 is protecting everything. So basically, we made this contract by tricking them into thinking that their hearts are much better than they are. And we made it without actually relying on ace of spades being on side. It's not that we gave up on that. It's just that we tried to get extra chance by ducking a heart. And my advice is that 8 of hearts is probably not going to ever cost, because we need just 1 heart trick. So why not try to false card them? And this 10 of hearts that West played could also be 10-9 small and similar. So yeah, that's all for today. Once again, well done to everyone. And yeah, I hope you learned something, and I hope you had good time. Thanks, everyone. Oh, you're so nice. Thank you all.